guys, so I thought I would show you guys a little video on how I do my encased elastic on my diapers. So this is what it looks like. You get a really clean finish on your start and stop points. There's no, like with the other method, it kind of flows, your top stitching flows. It's kind of part of your top stitching, and I just think this, for me, looks neater. I like the look better. So how you do it is once you have your pieces put together, you turn them right side out, and then you want to mark according to your pattern where your start and stop point for your casing is. I use this, whatever you call it, this, what do they call it? Dressmaker pencil. That's what I use. It's kind of just like chalk. It washes right off. So yeah, you mark your start and your stop according to your pattern. For my pattern, my elastic length that I cut for the legs is 6 inches, and for the back is 4. If your pattern doesn't tell you exactly how long to cut your elastic, the rule of thumb kind of is to measure from this point to this point, divide that in half, and then add an inch for your, I guess you would call it seam allowance for when you're tacking your ends down, because you need a little bit of overhang or else it's not going to stay, right? So yeah, so you take this length, divide that in half, and then add an inch. That's kind of a rule of thumb for elastics. So once you have your casing down, like I said, you mark your start and stop point. Then you want to straight stitch your casing in, and you want to make it the width of your elastic or slightly bigger. I usually keep mine the width of my elastic just because I like, for me, I find it's a cleaner look than having it a little bit wider. It gives it a nicer finish, for my opinion anyways. So yeah, so there's the straight stitch you can see there. I've done 3/8 of an inch because that's how wide my elastic is. And then you want to take either a safety pin or a bodkin. I use a bodkin. I got mine at Walmart. You can probably order them online too. So yeah, you put your little end of your elastic through. I hold mine like this so my elastic is coming down my hand, and I thread it through this way. So you go in your pocket opening. You probably can't see what I'm doing here. Go in your pocket opening and put the bodkin end into your casing that you made and just start threading it through. You want to be aware of where the end of your elastic is, because you need to be able to tack it down. If you bring your elastic past this point, you're not going to be able to tack it down. So you want to just keep feeling where the end of your elastic is. And then once you're getting close to the end there, you want to leave a little bit past where your casing starts. So my casing starts right here and my elastic is right there. So now I'm going to go ahead and tack that down. And I'm going to tack it down right on that line so that it's really nice and secure. And I'm going to do a straight stitch. I'm going to go back and forth 2 or 3 times to make sure it's really, really secure and it's not going to come loose. Trim your little thread ends. I usually do this point right now just because I find it's easier for me than having to go back after the whole diaper's done and trim all my threads. Okay, so now that you've got that end tacked down, now you want to continue threading your bodkin all the way to the other end and then tack that end down. So you just keep pushing it through until you get to your other end. So there, I'm at my other end now. And I'm going to go ahead and tack down right on that line. Same thing. Go back and forth 2 or 3 times to make sure that elastic is sewed down really good and it's not going to come loose on you. Trim your little ends. Okay. Now you want to reach in and make sure you grab your bodkin or your safety pin. Do not leave safety pins in. If you forget about it, that can be really, really dangerous for whatever baby is going to be wearing this diaper. So there you go. That's how you do a cased elastic. And as you can see, like when you do your casing, the width of the elastic, for me, I find it gives it a nice finish. I've kind of experimented with narrower and wider casings, and with the wider casing you get more of it looks a little bit more ruffly, and I just think this looks cleaner, my opinion. So yeah, there you go. That's how you do a cased elastic. Thanks, guys.